Hey Don, this is Coach David Sanchez. I'm making you this quick video because unfortunately I missed our appointment at 8:30 p.m. last night. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to show you how to analyze your results through the Facebook Ad Manager. And this way you can determine whether this ad is working for you or if it's not doing too well. And if that's the case, you want to go ahead and make sure you pause that ad and then go back to the lab, work on your copy, change the image, change the headline, and make one tweak at a time. Go ahead and run it again and see what kind of results you get until you find the campaign that's working for you. So I hope that makes sense. Now, with that being said, what I want you to do is I want you to come into your ads manager. You'll notice that my account has been flagged, so don't worry about this right now. What you would do is you would find the campaign that you created, go ahead and select it. All right. Once you select the campaign, it's going to take you to the ad set. Okay. So this is the ad set, and what we want to do is we want to get to the ad. So we're going to go ahead and click underneath the ad set name on this hyperlink. All right. And this should be the title, whatever you titled your campaign. Go ahead, select that. All right. And what I want you to do is I want you to focus on this here. So notice under columns and performance, there's a drop down menu. You're going to select this, or it's going to pop up, and I want you to select performance and clicks. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Now that we've done that, the first thing that I want you to do is pay attention to your relevancy score. Okay, so your relevancy score is based on a 1 to 10 scale, and you can see that here. 1 being that your content or your ad isn't relevant whatsoever. 10 being that your ad is extremely relevant. So what you want to do is you want to usually aim for a 7 or above. If your ad, for whatever reason, the relevancy score falls below a 7, you want to go ahead and pause that campaign, because it means people are spamming your ad for whatever reason, and this could hurt your account, and we don't want to get your account shut down or flagged like the one I'm on now. So with that being said, you also have your frequency, and you want to keep this number to as close as 1 as possible. So if you get to the point where you're reaching a 1.10 or around that range, then you might want to consider pausing the ad, because what that means, the higher this number gets to the number 2, it means people are starting to see your ad twice, okay, more than once. So I hope that makes sense. Now, once again, you have your clicks, your what's this? Your click-through rate, okay, and your cost per click. Now, what I want you to understand is that when you're boosting a post, you're boosting for engagement, okay? You're not optimizing your ad for clicks to website, okay? Or website clicks is what I'm trying to say. So with that in mind, you have to understand whether, a like, a comment, a share, or a click anywhere on your ad, okay? Doesn't necessarily mean they're clicking on the ad itself, but any sort of engagement is can be seen as some sort of interaction. So this cost per click is going to be irrelevant, okay? Because we're not focused on likes, comments, or shares. What we want to focus on is this, okay? Link clicks. And again, you can hover over this little eye for more information. See that? Okay, so that's what we're focusing on, is link clicks. And you'll notice that the CPC here, the cost per click here, is different than this cost per click, because this cost per click is focusing on everything, okay? Likes, comments, shares, and clicks to the website itself. These clicks are simply focused on people that click on your ad and are actually redirected to the blog post itself, which is what we want, because it does no good for us for people to like your post if people aren't visiting the blog post and reading it, okay? Because we want people to visit our blog so that they can ultimately opt into a traction marketing formula or whatever the the call to action may be. And so once again, what you would do is go to performance and clicks, scroll to the right, and you really want to focus on these 3. So link clicks, cost per click, and the click-through rate. Now, ideally, a really good click-through rate in this industry would be a 1%, meaning for every 100 people, okay, or every 100 impressions, you get 1 person that clicks on your ad. So I hope that makes sense. So what I would want to shoot for is for anything above a 1, but ideally at least a 1.5 or a 2. That would be really good. So keep that in mind. But again, if you do, if you're really close to a 1, but you're making sales and you're getting leads, then in that case, you want to go ahead and let the ad run. So I hope this all makes sense to you, but this is how you pretty much, analyze your results. So for example, if your cost per click here is more than $1, then that's way too expensive. Okay, just a heads up. I would recommend shooting for, maybe 80 cents a click or lower than that. Okay, it's not going to be easy, but that's why we do testing. Okay, which is why we recommend that you start with a $5 a day budget, no more, no less, and just so we can get some data. And I know Fernie, what he likes to do is CPM is cost per 1,000 impressions. See, and again, if you ever need to understand what these mean, you can simply hover over this I for information, and it'll give you a brief description. So with that being said, after you get 1,000 impressions, the data that you have should be sufficient enough, and at that point, it's up to you to decide whether you want to go ahead and pause this campaign, or maybe you want to run it for an extra day or so to get some more data and give it a bit more of a chance. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to log into my EMP Backoffice to show you one thing. Okay, and when you're boosting these posts, if you went through the training, you should have added that tracking pixel, okay, which would be question mark sub ID equals, and then you have that bit of text at the end. And if you go to my offers campaigns, okay, I'll give this a moment to pop up, but here we are. Okay, and if you scroll all the way to the bottom of this section here, you'll notice here are my sub IDs. Okay, yours is gonna look a lot neater than mine is, but let's see if I can find a decent example for you. Okay. All right. So here for this. All right, look at this. The sub ID I use for this one is FB for Facebook. Then I put a dash Worry for Eric Worry, since that was my target interest. Okay, that's who I was targeting on my Facebook ad. So if you do this correctly and you're running traffic on your boosted posts, you can log into your EMP Backoffice underneath campaigns and my offers campaigns, and you'll get the number of visitors that have visited your site. Okay, how many leads, and you can even track your conversion rate. So if I have 1,000 visitors and I had 100 leads, my conversion rate, sign up rate would be 10%. And then if anybody decides to purchase the traction marketing formula, you'll have numbers here under new customers, and then you can track this conversion rate as well. So it's really important that you use that bit of code at the end of your URL whenever you're gonna use any form of paid advertising, and when it comes to leveraging the EMP website. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions at this point, make sure to send me an email. I just try to make this video as quickly as possible, since I have a few appointments coming up. So with that said, I do apologize, and I wanted to make it up to you. Again, please feel free to send me an email with any questions regarding this information, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Take care.